Hello. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to our online seminar about the BCH education resources and our BCH virtual learning environment. My name is Ernesto Campo. I work for the UNEP GF BCH project as a regional specialist, mostly in charge of Latin America and Caribbean regions. I've been working on developing and publishing the BCH education materials since 2005. I have also assisted and helped as an advisor in the BCH Informal Advisory Committee since 2006, and have organized several national, regional, and global BCH training workshops. I would like to introduce you to our project manager, Mrs. Ileana Catarina Lopez. Ileana, please.
Hello everybody, thank you Ernesto for introducing me, and welcome everybody to the Cartagena Protocol and Biosafety Clearinghouse education materials. We are going to be talking today about the BCH virtual learning environment, as was explained before, and I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you also to let you know that here in Nairobi are with me Alex, which is the person, Alex Owusu Bine, who is in charge of Jeff for this project, the portfolio manager, as well as Ms. Lydia. She deals with the financial matters, and Florence Baggy. She's also here listening and participating at the seminar, and she's the project assistant. And it's for us a pleasure to have you all today, and we are very grateful of your participation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ileana. Thank you very much. So we can continue with the workshop. First of all, some instructions about what you have in your screens, how to use the control panel of your webinar application. What you see in your screen is on the left side you have the presenter screen, so you will see there what I am seeing in my screen, what I am projecting in my screen. And on the right hand side you have your control panel, the attendant control panel. This control panel will collapse after several seconds, so it's wise to avoid that. For that you can open the view menu in the control panel and uncheck the option that says auto hide the control panel. In your control panel you have several icons. You have a quick bar on the left side that has a small white arrow over an orange background. You can collapse and expand the control panel using this arrow. On the bottom side of the bar you have a hand, and this is an icon that allows you to raise your hand. When you have a question for the presenters or the panelists, you press this button and I will see in my control panel that you have raised your hand, and I can give you the microphone. I can unmute your microphone. On the right hand side you see that there is a panel for questions. I suggest that you write your questions in this panel, so later we can address all of them one by one. It is important to know that this webinar is being recorded, and later we will edit it and publish it among with all the other training materials. When you are participating in this webinar, you understand and implicitly accept this fact. The participants' opinions in this webinar and concepts expressed do not reflect the UNEP official position about any aspect related to the Cartagena Protocol or the BCH. In any case, if you need an official word towards about the Cartagena Protocol or any of its aspects, you should contact the Secretariat of the Convention of Biological Diversity. That is the only official unit in United Nations to do that. So in your control panel you will see a red light that indicates that the session is being recorded. If you don't want to be recorded, you shall maintain your microphone mute and don't share your screen. Okay, what we will see today. First, we will do a very brief introduction to what is our BCH2 project, capacity building project. Then we will go to see the available BCH education resources and the virtual learning environment. We will then briefly review how to design BCH education activities using the available learning resources, and finally we will have a session for questions and answers. So about the BCH2 capacity building project. This project, as you may know, is an extension of the first BCH project that started in 2004, and its objective now is to continue assisting eligible countries in strengthening national capacities to effectively access and use the BCH, promoting regional and sub-regional collaboration, networking and exchange of experience for national and regional BCH management. This project has several components, but I will just talk about the second one, that is the one that is related to these online seminars. So component number 2 of this project is about continued in-depth fine-tuning and development of knowledge sharing training packages on the BCH in 5 UN languages: Arabic, English, French, Russian and Spanish. Since 2005, the BCH capacity building projects have been developing a very extensive collection of training materials about the BCH and the Cartagena Protocol. It is a very important objective of this current project to make these materials available as globally as possible, and to help countries and people to use these materials in their own training activities. So what we will try to achieve in this seminar will be that you know what are the available resources about the CPB and the BCH, that you learn how to access the virtual learning environment and all the different available courses, that you learn how to download and use different virtual courses components in manuals, interactive modules, case studies, etc. That you know how to design training activities and courses about BCH or Cartagena Protocol using the available resources. And as a by-side, we will also take a look at how to download, install and run the BCH interactive modules that are available. All the virtual education materials are available in our virtual learning environment. This is the address of the virtual learning environment: http://moodle.bch.cbd.int. This virtual learning environment is a learning management system built over a very standard platform that is being used in more than 70,000 education sites all around the world from more than 200 countries, and there are more than 60 million participants using this kind of platforms. So we have a very strong support for this platform, and also it promotes replicability to other sites based on the same kind of learning management systems. When you go to the platform, when you go to the virtual learning environment, you will see the login page. And this is the login page for http moodle.bch.cbd.int. You will see on the right upper right corner you have an indication about if you are logged in or not. Then you can change the language of this main page with this combo box here. It starts in English by default. You have a place for you putting your username and password. If you don't have a username, you can yet log in as a guest and you will have access to all the public global materials that are available. It is interesting to have a username because being a registered user, you have access to the forums and to the national virtual courses or specific regional courses also. If you have a username, have been registered previously, and you have forgotten your password, you can click on send my details by email and follow the instructions to get a new password. If you don't have a registered user in the platform, just send us an email to moodle@bch2project.org with your first name, last name, and country, and we will create a user for you. Okay, after you log in, you are directed to the main page of the site where you can see several things. The most visible thing are the public training courses in each of the 5 UN languages: English, Spanish, French, Russian, and Arabic. On the right hand side you will see a box to log in if you have a username, and then you have several other sections with public national courses, regional courses, upcoming events, and the webinars websites. So we have public courses in each of the 5 languages that contain all the BCH education materials, all the learning objects, specific national workshops that have been developed as support for the training, for the national training workshops. Same thing for the regional and global workshops, and some websites that hold all the online seminars like this one, registration instructions, and for the past seminars we hold here the videos and the presentations. So public source courses, webinar sites, and let's schedule events. So let me go online now to show you directly on the website how it looks. So this is the login page. After you log in, you are directed to the main page where we have all the public courses and these links for English and English and Spanish webinars. We have a French, Russian, and Arabic soon. You'll see a calendar with the upcoming events. Then on the left-hand side, you will see a list of countries. These are links for the national workshops. Also, the national workshops can be reached by this link in the middle of the screen. Let's take a look at the national workshops. This is the list of all the virtual courses that we have developed as support for national courses. And this is the link for the regional courses or training workshop that we have done. Also, we have here several virtual courses that support the regional workshops. For example, here we can see a virtual course for a country. The national virtual courses hold specific materials, specific documents and outcomes from the work developed in the specific workshop and links to the global training materials. Let's go back. We have then also the English webinars pages. Let's take a look on that. Okay, the webinars page hold all the instructions for registering and testing your connection, and then there is a list of the upcoming webinars. This is the one that we are doing today with the instructions to register. And for the past webinars, you will see on the second part of the screen of the web page, there is the list of already done webinars, and for each one you have the recorded video. You can see it online. These videos are being uploaded to YouTube, and also you can download the presentations that have been used for these webinars. Okay, going now back to our main page. We said that we had some public global courses in 5 UN languages. These are the ones that hold all the training materials. We just develop different specific courses using these materials or referring to them. So we will see the English one now. This is the main page of the English virtual course. Here you will have all of the existing training materials. There is a disclaimer section in the first part. The UN, these materials can be used for any kind of training activity that you wish to. UNEP just asks for the authorship to be recognized and the materials not to be altered in any way. There is a link in the first section for you to download the complete training kit. This is updated. This one is updated from time to time. This is the whole kit. You can download this as an image for a CD-ROM, and it's comprised by all of the items that we will see in the website. So the first part of this training materials is a guidance document that states what are the training materials that you will find here. Then it gives some very simple and brief instructions about how to use them, how to download them. So we will skip that and we will go straight to the different components. The first component that you see on your screens when you go there to the course is the curriculums. What we call the stakeholder curriculums. These are small files that list the set of appropriate training materials that could be used for a specific training activity targeted to a specific type of audience. For example, we have here curricula for national data entry, information generators, NGOs and civil society, and so on. For example, we could take a look at the one for industry groups. For example, let's see if you just click on it and click on the industry group, and you will get the, let me do that now. You will download the curriculum. You will see that it has an outline, a focus, and it lists all the materials that are most appropriate for this kind of public. For example, in this case, the first section is about the manuals that are available and inserted modules. For industry groups, it would be correct to use the Introduction to Cartagena Protocol manual and the Introduction to Biosafety Clearinghouse manual also, and we have 2 interactive modules for that, and a couple of manuals more about surfing the BCH Central Portal and how to find information in the BCH Central Portal. The next section will show us what are the recommended case studies that are suitable for this kind of industry groups. For example, see case study number 1 about the Mexican trader, or case study 11 about a medical research. We'll see more about the case studies in a minute. Finally, we have a set of ready reference guides. These are quick guides, short guides that help people to have the description of several concepts very at hand. For this kind of target audience, these are the reference guides that could be suitable for them. The next section that you see on the virtual courses is about the manuals. The manuals. These are we have a group of manuals, each for a specific concept or a specific topic. As, for example, an introduction to the CPB, so to the Cartagena Protocol. This manual is a rather simple explanation of the most important aspects of the Cartagena Protocol. We have the same thing for introduction to BCH, to the Central Portal, how to surf the Central Portal, and a detailed manual about finding information in the BCH that explains thoroughly explains all the mechanisms used or that are available in the central portal to search for information there. There are other manuals also, like what are the responsibilities that a country has when becoming a party, and a new manual that has been specifically developed in this new project that is about using the biosafety clearinghouse for customs and border control tasks. The next section in the training materials is about the interactive modules. We will hello? 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 Sorry, I'm having some connection problems. Ileana, do you hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. We have this section about the interactive modules. We will come back to the interactive modules later, but these are programs that you can run on your computer, and they have audio and video, and you can do training at your own pace. Not in a specific training, but you can take them home and use them in your own computers. We'll come later to this. About the case studies. Case studies, we have a set nowadays of 31 case studies. We are developing more. And these are specific problems, simulated problems, but very probable, normal situations that are normal in the countries for different kind of audiences and different kind of problems. Like, for example, case number 1 is about a Mexican trader that wants to import some cotton seed from the United States, or for example, also case study number 12 that is about a company representative that seeks information on procedures for exporting or living modified organisms. Case studies look like this. They state the objective of this exercise, and they state the references that we have, for example, which manuals are suitable for answering the questions in these exercises. Then we develop a scenario. In this case, it's about a competent authority that has been contacted by a food processing company. And then the specific questions, in this case, question number 1 and 2, that can be solved using the biosafety clearinghouse. So we have the manuals, we have the interactive modules. Also, of course, we have a lot of presentations as this one. And then we have the exercise, the hands-on exercise that we normally do with our participants training workshops, but you can do also on your own. Following with the sections in the virtual courses, you have the ready reference guides. There are some reference guides that are very short ones. For example, we will show there's acronyms. There are a lot of acronyms in this thing about Cartagena Protocol and BCH. Several icons that are used in the clearinghouse central portal. How to briefly how to use the management center, that is the tool for registering information and managing national authorized users. Another one about unique identification of living modified organisms. For example, let's take a look at one of the ready reference guides. For example, if you are working with regulators and registering information about decisions or risk assessment, it is handy to have this ready reference guide that briefly states the different kind of decisions that a country can make on the BCH. Okay, finally, we can see in the sorry, just a second, I'm going online again. In the virtual courses, training manuals, interactive models, case studies, reference guides, and then we have some more sections. We have one section about discussion points with answer keys. These are and quiz questions with answer keys. If you are going to develop a training session or conference or a complete workshop, it is handy to have some discussion points for doing different dynamics, group dynamics in your workshop, and even some quiz questions to review all the concepts that you have been explaining about the Cartagena protocol or the BCH. Let's see how they look. Points. Let's see, for example, some discussion points. Of course, you have the version for the participants, and then you have the version with the answers, the correct answers that have been cleared by the Secretariat. This is how, for example, the discussion points look. You can make a group dynamic and address one, two, or several of these discussion points during your capacity building activity. By the end of the course, you will see two more sections. One is about the Hermes BCH development tool, and one is about the Ajax BCH development tool. These are two tools that have been provided by the Secretariat to help countries to develop their own national biosafety websites. Hermes is a complete tool that allows you to develop from scratch a complete national website, and it will be also hosted in the BCH servers in Montreal, so there is no infrastructure associated. And on the other hand, the Ajax component is a very small plugin that everybody can use, and I say everybody, really, everybody can use inside any existing website to display several types of information that are already registered in the BCH central portal. This is done automatically, and it has absolutely no cost at all. We will have seminars, online seminars about Ajax development tool and Hermes development tool the next weeks, and you will be invited, of course. So let's see. Then there are some promotional materials also that you can use if you want, these such as templates. Okay, now going back to presentation. Okay, going back to the interactive modules now, because just to show you how to download and install the interactive modules. There are two interactive modules. One is about the Cartagena protocol, and the other is about the Biosafety Clearinghouse. These are two tools that have been developed in English, French, and Spanish. We have been using them since 2005, and all around the world, they have been used by thousands of participants in our national regional workshops, and people has always stated that they are very, very useful for a very quick or initial approach to the Cartagena protocol and the Biosafety Clearinghouse. So these are programs, software programs, computer programs that you can download and install in your computer. What are the requirements? We will see that we have versions for Windows operating systems and for Linux and Mac operating systems. The requirements under Windows is just to have the Flash plugin installed. That is most probable in every computer because you use Adobe PDF or Flash all the time. And then just a web browser like Internet Explorer 6 or Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome. And okay, we'll see now how to get them and how to install them. If we go to the training course in the section that we have about interactive modules, you see there are 4 links in this section. The first two ones, Introduction to Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety and Introduction to the Biosafety Clearinghouse, are the links to download the installer programs for Windows machines, for Windows operating systems. This has been tested in, I think, since Windows XP to Windows 7. I haven't tested it in Windows 8 yet, but we will do. I don't think we have a problem with that. And the other two links are for the compressed files for copying these things into Mac or Linux machines. This is not an installer. You have to uncompress these files and just copy them to a specific folder on your computer, and then just run the browser with a initial web page. For downloading and installing this interactive module, you just click on the link. You will see that the system will try to download, I don't know if you are seeing here, download an executable. In this case, for Cartagena protocol, number is im01en.exe. I will not wait for it because it's about 20 megabytes and it will take a time. So I will show you how it looks once we have it already downloaded. Once you download it, you will be asked to run the installation file. I will run it now. And it's a very straightforward process. You just click on next, accept the terms of the disclaimer. It's a very simple disclaimer. Next, you can create a desktop icon, next. And then you click on install, and you have to do nothing except wait until the installation is finished, and then you can launch the interactive module. When you press finish, it will start. I show you here how it looks. It has some audio. You are not hearing now the music or the audio because we are in the conference, but you can go through all the sections. By the end of the course, also, you have several practical cases that you go through in several sections. And by the end of the course, you have a small quiz of about 20 questions to test your learning of this training module. The second one is just exactly the same kind of thing, but it's about introduction to the biosafety clearinghouse. Okay, going back to our presentation now. One important thing to mention is that all of our training materials are physically stored in the biosafety clearinghouse central servers. I mean, in the same infrastructure that the BCH itself is being run. In fact, if you go to the BCH and you go to the help section, I'll show you in the web browser. If we go to the BCH, and we click on help, a new window with all the help system will be opened, and in this part you will see that under the training materials booklet, it's taking a bit, you can open the training material booklet here, and you will see that we have here the same kind of structure that you see in the virtual courses. In fact, this is where physically we have been storing all the specific training materials. The virtual learning environment mostly refers to the training materials and adds all the specific presentations, group works, discussions for every course, and is presented as a more education-like courses. Okay, back to the presentation. So what's next? To recap about all our training materials and how to use them. What is the how do we how we design and how we develop a national or specific conference, national workshop about BCH or Cartagena Protocol, or a specific conference, or even how can we include or use or take benefit of the existing materials for an already existing career in a university or a specific course. We need to identify the target audience and the type of activity that has to be developed, so we know the timing, how much time do we have available, if it will be an intensive workshop of 2 days with the people attending like 8 hours per day, or will it be just 2 or 3 classes inside an existing course about biotechnology or international law or agronomics, for example. We can search the suitable curriculum, for example, this curriculum about industry or NGOs or general civil society. And from there, we have a list of the materials that we can select for applying in this course or this conference. As an example, we have seen a workshop for industry groups. We can use the manuals about introduction to Cartagena Protocol, the manuals for searching information in the BCH, and then the interactive modules, and then 1, 2, or more case studies to do hands-on exercises using the computer with a biosafety cleaning house. One tip that I can give you also is that you can take a look at the existing national virtual courses. Let's go back and see, for example, one of the national virtual courses. For example, this one is a standard virtual course for a national workshop. You see there is a section on objectives, agenda, there is a section about biotechnology and biosafety in the country, and a section about the introduction to Cartagena Protocol, where we gather all the suitable materials to help people understand and practice on this topic. And then we will go to the BCH with presentations, the interactive modules, and apply exercises using the case studies. If you have to train national authorized users, competent national authorities, or regulators in general, you have to do some work about registering information in the BCH. You have a presentation, you have several case studies, and a specific manual about that. If you want to train people about how to develop national websites or how to include in their own existing websites, like a ministry or a researcher wants to display information that is already available in the BCH, you may do some training about Hermes or Ajax. Okay, what about the uses and replications of these materials? All of these education resources have been developed since the first BCH project, and these are completely public and available for countries to develop training activities, complete ones or part of other courses or seminars. You can use the National Virtual Support courses as required and as example also to build your own courses. These virtual courses can be easily replicated and customized to address specific needs. Remember when I said at the beginning that the virtual learning environment was based on a very, very standard and popular infrastructure that is called Moodle. So it's very probable that in your country, several universities, they are using this kind of platform, replicating one course to another platform of the same type is very, very straightforward. It can be done relatively simply. We can collaborate, and in fact, that's one of the things that we have been doing during this project with educational government institutions to help with the knowledge transfer. This is one of the main objectives of the BCH2 project, to help countries and people inside the countries to take benefit of all these existing training materials. The webinars are public and are free, like this one. We just need to register because the places are limited to 100 nowadays. Okay, that's, I think that I have completed this online seminar. Now I would like you to make the questions. You can raise your hand if you want, and I can give you the microphone, or you can write your questions in the questions pane, and I will read them. I have a question from Ms. Susan Davis here. You want me to give you the microphone, Ms. Davis? You have the microphone. Mrs.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yes, I wanted first of all to thank you for a very informative webinar. And it was good to see the range of curricula for various target audiences. You may have had it in your list, but I was wondering if there is a sensitization module for policymakers and high-level government officials.
Hello. Okay, we have addressed this kind of workshop in the BCH1 project and in this BCH2 project also. Let me see. You can, for the curriculums, about the curriculums, you can use, for example, let me show you. You can use, for example, curricula for NGOs and civil society. And then you have a curricula also. Sorry, no, it's not being projected. Sorry, just a second. Just a second. Okay. Let me check that. Are you seeing my screen? Yeah. Okay. There is a curricula about NGOs and civil society. There is another one about media, and there is another one about general public. For the kind of thing that you are asking, it's you have to design your capacity building activity very carefully, because you have to do a very simple introduction about biotechnology, because most of the people that will arrive to this kind of workshop will know very little about biotechnology, and there is a lot of myth also about that. And then you have a lot of information to be deployed in very little time, because normally for this kind of sensitization workshops you will have just from 2 to 4 hours and no more than that. So it's wise to be very careful about how much information you dump on people. BCH is a very, very big site. There are a lot of information there, but if you just want to do just an initial training for these people for starting to make it to have some public awareness, then you have to be careful about how much do you dump on them.
Okay then, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Other questions?
Ernesto, can I add something more?
Yes, please.
Susan, thank you so much for your question. It's really important, and basically one of the most important target groups, I will say, that we need to address. And of course, as my colleague already explained, we need to try to get an approach that is very local, meaning by region, even at a national level, because you need to really see how do the people at these target groups really like to approach this. As we explained, this cannot be a meeting that is more than 2 or 3 hours, and we have some experiences in Latin America, and moving to be successful. And you know that we are trying to see we get an extension of the BCH2 project, and this is one of the basic stakeholder curricula that we will try to focus on. For that, we will need the participation of all the different countries. Thank you so much for your question again.
You're welcome.
Is there any other question? Okay then, if there are no more questions, we are finishing the webinar. You have our email addresses, so if you need any kind of assistance for developing national or specific training activities using our training materials, you were most welcome to
Ernesto, there
contact
is
us.
a question.
Sorry, just
Ernesto?
a second. Yes.
There is a question.
Yeah, I'm seeing Elena.
Lydia.
Elena Makeyeva is. I have a question from Elena. She says. Yeah, she says that I schedule a number of BCH training courses for specialists and scientists involved in genetic engineering. I believe that the same webinars in Russian will help very much on this way. Thank you very much, Elena, for your question. In fact, we are planning for developing some of these webinars in Russian, and it's more than this. We have some regional advisors in our project that are from Russian-speaking, native Russian-speaking, and here right now one of them is attending this webinar. That is our colleague Anastasia Irisova, and she will be working with us for this Russian webinar. You have the floor, Elena, if you want to talk to us. Hello, Elena. Okay, is there any other question? You can raise your hands if you want to.
Yes, Lydia has raised a question too.
Yes, Lydia is leaving the webinar.
Yeah, she needs to have the microphone.
Lydia, you have the floor, Lydia.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going for a meeting right now. I will reply to you again when I come up.
You're in the air now, huh?
Okay. Anyway, I don't know whether I make it.
I can hear you.
Not hearing her very well.
No. Ileana, can you tell her that we don't hear?
Lydia, we cannot hear you.
Just a bit closer to the microphone.
She's going to another meeting.
Okay.
Apologies.
Thank you very much. Okay, Ileana, if you don't have any other things to address, we'll finish the webinar. Thank you very much, all of you, for participating, and please don't hesitate in contacting us for any kind of ideas, comments, or suggestions.
Thank you so much to everybody, and we appreciate your participation. Please keep in touch, and we will be sending you more reminders. Probably if you have already attended, we encourage you to share this with other colleagues on the biosafety field, and it's going to be for us a pleasure to assist you with your needs. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.